any advice or wisdom you could tell a listener that is building a team? Because we all build teams, and it's not easy. I mean, I was having a conversation with Courtney Lydiard, my partner, a couple of weeks ago, and I said, how often do you think you get it right when you hire someone?
Right.
And we sat there debating back and forth, and we said, hey, it's not 100%. So how do you pick the right people? And what secrets did you have in assembling that team?
So you're thinking about firing Courtney is what you're saying.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Exactly.
So, there's it's kind of, this is a little bit of a trite statement, but Jim Collins wrote a book called Good to Great.
Yeah.
And in Good to Great, it says getting the right people in the right seats on the bus.
Yep.
And it's really hard. And, but it doesn't, and even when you get it figured out and when you have the right people or possibly the wrong people, or it might not be the wrong people because they're not talented. It just may not all come together right. And I think I think it takes a lot of time, and I think it takes it takes a lot of process to make sure that you get it done right and get it done. And then I think you need to adjust quicker. I'm not sure that I was ever good at that I was ever good at making the adjustments as quickly as I wanted to.
That's hard, right?
Yeah, it's hard for me.
It's hard. It's hard to get people in and say, hey, this may not be the right fit, but it's people, and it's hard. How important is vision to you? Like knowing where you're going as the leader of an organization?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's huge. I think you got to be able to stake your claim. I think you got to be able to say, I think you have to understand it yourself on a personal basis. And I'm not suggesting that we have to leave Eckhart Tolle alone as far as the, live in the now type stuff. I'm not suggesting that. What I'm suggesting is we really have to create a vision for this is where we want to be. This is where we want to be in 5 years or 10 years. This is how we differentiate ourselves. This is exactly the way that I can imagine the future. Now we will have to build the systems or the processes or just the workarounds to get to that future.
I love that.
Yeah.
We just had a retreat last week and we did 2 days. And in the last session, because I wanted to end on it, was where do we look like in 5 years? What do we look like in 10 years?
Right.
And I know for us, sometimes we're going so hard day to day that for a lot of our guys, they like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, where do you want to be?
Yeah.
As a company.
Right.
And I do believe that if an organization believes in their heart and their minds, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
That's half the battle of knowing where you're going and you believe it. And then you find the workarounds because it's not going to go perfect, right? You're going to have struggles. You're going to have trials along the way.
Yeah. It's not a straight line.
No.
I mean, if the world were linear, man, can you even imagine? But it's not that way, and it's not going to be that way. But if we're just going out here blindly, without a vision for where we can take things or what could this look like? I agree.